It's time for the Bobby Bones Post Show. Here's your host, Bobby Bones.
Yes. A couple things, because it's the end of the year. Nobody wants to be like all leaving this place all butthurt. So I'm not going to be butthurt. Also, I have a new resolution, too. I've been add another one. I'm not a big resolution guy, but I like to say stuff out loud because then I'm held accountable. So I guess that's what it is. I kind of find the new year a time to do that. So first off, Eddie.
Yes.
I regret.
What?
I regret to have to tell you this.
Oh no.
Hey, Scooby, you know what you told me a bit ago?
Oh, yeah.
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 You guys are talking about me?
We had to. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Not good at all.
So does anybody else know?
No,
Or did you keep it?
Mike and Ray know because they're part of the logistics of it.
Okay.
Ray too?
Well, dude, they're the ones. So they run things. Like Ray runs all the audio on the board.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
so anything happening on the show is gonna be.
He's the first one to see it.
Yeah. So, Feliz Navidad got taken off the air this morning.
What?
I know.
Why? It got taken, like it was on and then
It
pulled?
wasn't even on. So we went. You know how that thing happens when whatever something breaks and we go off the air and they just play that or elevator music during that segment. I didn't know. They don't tell me right then because they know I don't flip out, but inside I'm flipping out, and then I'm plotting to get revenge on everybody, which isn't also probably healthy of me.
Who's the everybody?
Who knows? Maybe you. It's not you, but I'm just
Move on.
saying everybody
Yeah.
should worry. But yeah, that segment that we do every year. So just so you know, because this is what happened.
This is so stupid.
But that's not. It's not even. So I want you to feel it. I want you to get all your emotions out. And
well,
then
I know
and then
you've-
I'll tell you.
I know you've been dealing with this, and I haven't really understood the like the kind of feeling you have until right now,
Even then,
because that is a huge Christmas tradition for our show, and for none of our listeners to hear that, very upsetting.
I got some good news for you, though. At least a bit of better news, because
Okay.
I know you love doing that. On the 23rd, obviously we won't be here doing a show. We're going to replay it 2 times on the 23rd.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Christmas Eve.
Yes. So the Christmas double E. If it were abroad, it'd be double E. And on Broad Day, we'll replay it twice.
Okay. Hopefully people are listening that day.
Way less will be, but we're going to replay it twice.
Okay.
And it wasn't on. So I can understand you being like, dang, that sucks. For
really
me,
does.
it's so much bigger than just that bit. And I'm, again, look at me not getting upset, Amy.
I'm sensing. Yes,
It's just-
I'm
you-
sensing this is upset.
It's
though.
just you can't have an expectation on not the podcast. And by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, listen on the podcast, you're our favorites. We like you better than everybody else because you consume things in a way that means you chose us. You didn't stumble upon us. You came to seek out. And right now, we could be talking about the most boring thing, and I apologize for that. But it's like, how do you expect us to win if every week we're off the air for multiple minutes at a time? It wrecks everything. So,
Stupid.
Eddie,
Yeah.
your pain, I'm sorry for it. We're going to fix it. My pain, not been fixed.
I'm sorry for your pain too. I
But
feel your
in
pain.
the end, it drops down to being you guys' pain too.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, if something's happening and they're like, well, you're not winning in Atlanta yet. And it's like, let me show you. Because I have an extensive library of times. This is a library. What am I, 8?
That's all my kids
I've
say.
not had enough water. My lips are
Library.
dry.
My son argued with me that it was called Liberia.
I might have done that too right now is the kind of mood I'm in. With just that. But yeah, no, it's it sucks. And for a show of our size, where like that matters, it sucks. But you were not on. So if anyone's like, dang, Eddie, every year we wait, the whole family gathers around the radio for Christmas, and
Yeah.
Eddie plays Feliz Navidad.
Like the old days.
Yes, it'll be on the 23rd.
Okay, so everyone just jump back in your cars on the 23rd.
Twice. Just stay in your car.
and
Or
listen to
just
the whole
turn it on
show.
in their house.
Well, who has a
It's
radio
not
in
the
their
same.
house?
Oh.
Well, they said they have smart speakers in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So what do
true.
they say? Fine, Bobby Bones show, Eddie singing Feliz Navidad?
I don't even think that's it. I think, Scuba, let's just commit to a time. We'll run it, let's say the 6 and 8 hours, which will be the 7 and 9 Eastern. Can we do that
Yeah, we got it already. Ray's already doing it right now.
on the 23rd?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
23rd.
All right, that's first
Double
thing.
E's.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Scuba.
But
for
I'll say the
doing
one
that.
positive in all of this for us on the back end, there was something that we meaning the whole company and engineering and all that, they thought something was in place and it wasn't. And so now, because of this catastrophe, the good news is they now know that wasn't there. So they're now installing that in place. So this could be fixed at a quicker rate, to where this time someone had to come in physically and fix it, which was a whole 30-minute process.
I hear you, but it's happened 11 times.
I know. But now this is another
It took
thing
the
we didn't
11th
know.
time. It took the 11th time to fix it.
It took
Well,
my
this
song.
is a different one. The other problem we have
Eddie,
is with an
stop
actual
making
program.
Eddie, you're not the victim anymore. Okay.
We've moved past it. You're going to get a double play. You're getting double E's on my
Yeah.
way.
You know what though? Yeah, I took the sacrifice.
Wow, you're a
Yeah.
martyr. I
Yeah,
didn't think
man.
about you being the martyr.
Scott Stapp
Took the
over there.
sacrifice.
Dang, dude.
My
His sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Okay, that's the first thing.
Okay.
We're about to hit some Christmas break. I don't, how and how much on 1 to 10 scale, and then what are you gonna do? Amy, you go first. How excited are you, and what shall you be doing?
I'm a 10,
Oh, good.
and I'm going to see my sister. So my kids and I will fly to Colorado this weekend, and we'll be with her. And then their dad's also going to Colorado, so they'll be with me. We're on a Friday to Friday, so we're
So
gonna be in
you'll both be in Colorado for different people.
Yeah, that's what we've always done. His family's there, my family.
That's convenient.
So yeah, and it's a really small town, so it is convenient. We'll definitely run into him. And then on Friday we'll swap. The kids will go be with him, and then so I'll be there. I'll just hang out with my sister, her kids. I'm a 10. I haven't seen my sister in a while, and I'm just excited.
So okay, let's do you, Eddie. What's your scale, and then what's the one thing you're most excited about for Christmas break?
Oh, I'm a 10 for sure. And the most excited thing I'm happy about is just being off. Like waking up and saying, "Hey, what do you want to do today?" You pick. I have nothing to do today. I love that feeling.
What about like taking care of the kids and stuff?
Oh, I mean, they're going to be there. That's part of life every day.
Is it better that they're getting a little older though, so it's not as much of taking care of? Like you have to do.
You would think before boys, they don't mature as quickly. Like you have to just be settling fights all the time. And like, they'll be like, "Can I have cereal?" I'm like, "You're old enough to get your own cereal every single time." "Yeah, but it's too high." "Okay, let me get the cereal for you."
Wait, but what about a chair? Like a chair?
Stool.
Yeah, they do that. And then one of them pushes them off the chair. And it's just always a thing, dude. It's always a thing with these guys.
But like your mid two are old enough to like get up and do their own days.
Yeah,
for
like
the most part,
I
except for
left
the
them-
youngest.
I left them at the house for like an hour the other day, the middle two.
But shouldn't that be fine?
No, because when I got back, I'm like, gosh, I hope the house is like okay.
Okay, but that's because of a maturity level, not because of an age and a capability level.
Right.
And putting the two together.
Yeah.
If you left one, you probably wouldn't have to worry about that.
Correct.
But both of them together, they could team up and really do some damage.
They will look at the living room and be like, okay, let's move that couch. That's end zone
That's
1.
so funny.
and
Yes.
that's end zone 2. And then we got to do field goals.
Yes,
so
of
let's get the
course.
chairs, and they'll stack the chairs to make field goals and kick field goals in the living room.
With your two sons, stop me if I'm saying too much. One is your adopted son. One is your biological son.
Correct.
They're around the same age. Are they extremely close?
Always close. They're always together.
Are they together because they're just the same age, or are they like best friends for real?
Man, they're just besties.
They are.
Yeah, and they do everything together, and then they get mad, so I have to separate them, and we don't go past the 10-minute mark before they're like, "Can I go back to so and so's room?"
Would they consider the other brother to be their best friend?
Man, that's a good question. I've never asked them that.
Because again, you can be friends just out of proximity, and brothers, sisters, you're close anyways. You're gonna punch them and kill them. Even your best friend, you want to punch and kill. sometimes.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they feel that they. Cause how old are 10?
Yeah, one of them's about to be 10, and the other one's 11. So they're like a year and a half.
So that's
apart.
old enough to have a best friend, though.
Sure.
Do you think they think they're best friends,
And I feel like they do, but they will never label themselves as best friends.
or even say it to the other one? Because
Right.
that'd be like,
Right. Even though they spend every minute of the day together. Even like when I take one to basketball practice and the other one's like, "Can I go?" And then they go and they watch the whole thing. And if they can jump in on the practice with the other one, they will.
do they hug each other ever?
No. Mm-mm.
Do they ever hug? Do any of your four boys hug any of your four boys?
The oldest hugs all of them.
Okay.
He's kind of the more like.
He's older, mature.
Yeah.
But is he also more of an empath or a feeler?
Yeah, I think so. Especially with because they're little, and he feels like he's kind of like the leader of all of them. So he kind of just goes and He'll give them a hug if they're not feeling well or whatever, or like when they get home from school, he's like, "What's up?" Says hi, gives them a hug, stuff
Do
like
you
that.
think the other 3 are similar and will get older and be more of a feeler, or is your oldest just a different type of kid?
I think he's just different than all of them, just completely different because he's very peaceful. He's a big thinker. The other 3, they don't think before they do anything. They go head first into it and then like, uh-oh, or like, well, that was cool. But they don't think about what they do before they do it.
And your oldest son wasn't like that, didn't have that stage.
No, never.
That's fun.
And then the little one, dude, the fact that he is the little one of 4 boys, he's just so tough. Like, he can like roll down a hill, like jump on a pile of rocks, and I'll never worry about it because he's going to get hurt.
Yeah, I often thought if we did your youngest versus Stanley the Bulldog at like a pay-per-view, it would do well because he'd be at the house and Stanley would see someone his own size, so Stanley's going to play and jump, and they would just, it's like Iron Man and Captain America, and when they're slamming into each other, that's kind of what it was. And at the end, they're both like, "Whoa, what the crap?" And your kid's like, "Oh," and then Stanley's like, and then
Little stars over their heads.
and then all of a sudden you're like, "Is one of them?" And then they're back up again at it again.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy though? For Christmas, we're gonna go down to Texas, and they have 7 cousins, and 6 are boys. So 4 plus 6 is 10. We're gonna have 10 boys in one place.
One girl.
All cousins, one girl.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Lunchbox excited level, and what you're looking forward to most?
Not having to work, I mean, is just amazing. Like, that's the best thing in the world. I would say 10, but my in-laws are coming for the entire 2 weeks, so take it down to a 6.
Wow.
The entire 2 weeks.
Isn't it helpful though that they're here because they can help with the kids?
But isn't 2 weeks?
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I think the 2 weeks maybe.
They were
would-
just here for a week for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, they're coming for a few days for Christmas, and then they're out. No, they're not leaving until January 2nd.
There
not
was a little tear in there.
not specifically about your in-laws, but man, anybody staying for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're not getting Airbnb. Yeah, they're in the guest room.
Okay, but I understand that's your in-laws. That's your,
Yeah, for 2 weeks though.
But I would feel bad staying with anyone for 2 weeks because when someone's in your house, regardless, even if you love them being there, there is a slight level of discomfort. Only that you can't do some of the intimate things, walk around in your underwear,
Ding.
on and on, right?
Sure.
That you normally would do. For me, and I love when our in-laws stay, but the only thing and they've never stayed for 2 weeks, so there's no comparison there. But it's like I like every door to be shut and the alarm to be set, and I have my own like safety OCD-ish type routine. Yeah, it's almost ceremonial every night. And so what I know though is, especially on a weekend, or they may decide to go out and go for a walk in the morning on a Saturday, and I'm like, okay, the alarm's on. You can't open the door because it's gonna go off. And then there's gonna be, and so then I get nervous that's gonna happen because they'll forget because they're not supposed to remember. They don't live. So all of that is like a little bit of with anybody who stays there. But man, 2 weeks, that's tough.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever.
But do they help? And can your wife like leave, like Amy said, and you guys go do some stuff while they're at home with the kids?
I mean, I guess we could, but my wife is like, "Oh, I feel bad. I want to spend time with my family."
Well, y'all shouldn't feel bad. You should
No,
go do
but she
something.
wants
If
to
they
spend
were there
time
for 3 days,
And they were
fully
just here for
support that.
Thanksgiving. They were just there for Thanksgiving, and they're going to be there for 2 weeks. Like, you should say, I thought you wear the pants. Tell your wife we're going to go do something.
At 2 weeks, you should probably leave for a couple days. You and your
I
wife
should,
go do
I
something.
should probably go on vacation.
No, not
this
I.
week.
Not
You and
you,
your wife
you
should
and your
probably
wife.
get to do like a couple days.
Yeah, but her
away.
sister's coming too.
Oh, wow.
But she's not staying at your house.
No, she is. We got an air mattress for the living
No
room.
way.
my goodness.
No way.
Oh, she's coming for 2 weeks too?
No, not
No,
2
no,
weeks,
she's
though.
only coming. I don't know how many days she's coming for.
But
Like, I don't know how long her sister's staying. I have no idea.
That also is fun. That you don't know. It's like grab bag. It's like when the kid opened the eggs. I wonder what's in the egg. Wow.
Yeah, and then her brother's coming.
But there's no chance he's staying.
He's
at your
only
house.
staying for 48 hours.
But where?
Air mattress
Oh my goodness.
in the living room.
It's like Home Alone.
Huh, or jail.
Or
In a big room when they all put all the inmates in the. Yeah, it's a hostel.
Yeah, we just have a extra air mattress, and then we can close him in the office. I guess you can close the door there.
That's fun. I love having everybody in.
I have no
the
idea if
house.
they're. I mean, they want to get a hotel, so they may have gotten a hotel. My wife was upset that they were thinking about getting a hotel, and I was like,
Gosh,
I agree. Everybody in the house is fun, but 2 weeks is a long time, right? It's a long time to not be able to do your natural habitat things, not knowing how long somebody's going to stay, and maybe he does. He
no, I literally don't know. My sister-in-law, I honestly don't know how long she's staying. I know the brother-in-law is coming the day after Christmas, and he's leaving the 29th. So he's here for 2 days.
like 48 hours for all of that is about perfect. Because I agree, that would be nice to have everybody there for like 2 days.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
my wife was sad about that because he's never come to visit, ever, and he's coming for 48 hours.
Take
that's
what
cool.
you can get.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, hey, he's never come. He'll come. Man, what about like getting like a, I don't know, do they want to sleep on air mattresses or can you do like a little cot type situation? They go to
Oh, I didn't even think about a
go,
cot.
like a Walmart. It doesn't feel like an old, but
But they got fancy air mattresses
Air
now.
They do,
mattresses are
really nice.
great.
Like we have
so
one
you're not
that's
talking.
like
You're not
blown
talking
up.
about the kind that you like go to the lake with.
Well, I have one that's
'Cause
like that.
I've slept on those and I'm like rolling. I can never stay in the middle of them. I kind of to the
And,
sides.
and
on
it rubs
those.
like an air tube.
Yeah.
I have both.
Sure.
I have one that's like a big one that inflates kind of high off the ground, and then I have the one you take to the lake. It's just like a blue one, and it's just like about 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah, they make nice ones now.
Yeah, they do. But y'all are making me feel like I'm going to my sister's house for a week with my 2 kids, and I feel like now is her husband like, how long is Amy?
They're having
gonna
this
be here?
conversation right now about you.
With her kids.
How long
And they've
are
got
you
4
there?
kids, so like we're gonna be. I don't know how we're bunking up because it's my sister, her husband, their 4 kids, me, my 2 kids, and they have like a normal sized house.
I think a couple different things. One,
But at least you're not married, so you can sleep on the couch.
it's also like Lunchbox's in-laws. So
I know I was saying more like my sister's husband. Like, what's he saying?
well, I'm saying they're older. They're not like peers.
Yeah, you're fun, I'm sure.
Well, it's all you guys are all the same age. You can talk about the same stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, when somebody's parents are there, you have to act a bit different.
What happens when you guys are together for so long, like just different families in one house? Like they start getting into your stuff, like, oh, they do dishes differently, or like they put, cups somewhere else where you normally don't. And that kind of frustrates me sometimes. Like, Lunchbox, is that ever a thing, like with your in-laws, where they do things the way they want to do it, but it's not their house?
They start telling you like, oh, I would do it this way, and I'm like, well, I don't care how you would do it. Like, I'm like, I don't give my kids, I don't like bathing them. Like, I don't need to bathe them every night. And if they don't get a bath, they're like, I can't believe you guys don't bathe them. I mean, they were running outside today. I'm like, so what? They're kids.
Do
But
you
they,
say that you're also a dirty clothes hamper, mind your own business?
They don't see my bathroom. I'm talking about the kids. Like when we go to the guest bathroom, that's where we bathe them.
Got it.
And they're like, I can't believe you're not gonna bathe them tonight. And I'm like, it's 8:00. Like, I'm tired. Like, it's okay. They can sleep dirty. Well, then you need to wash their sheets tomorrow. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Like my mother-in-law, she was.
Here we go. Go
she,
ahead.
She
Oh my
was here.
gosh, guys.
Well, I love her. She's awesome, but she was there for like a week, and then she threw like some of my plants away, and I'm like, why? Where are my plants? She's like, oh, they were dead. I'm like, no, they weren't. They weren't dead. And she
and
just.
also it's your stuff. You should throw away your stuff.
Man, I wanted to say that so bad,
Good for you for not.
but I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, nobody stayed with us for 2 weeks. I think that would be tough. I would never stay with anybody for 2 weeks unless it was like a hard time and I was like, hey, can I stay with you for a couple weeks till I get myself back on my feet? I would just feel like I was putting somebody out so much if I stayed there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the one big one we had when we first got engaged, they came to visit, and I came to work, and my in-laws decided the kitchen table needed to be on the other side of the kitchen.
You're out of your mind.
And I came home
You're out
and
of your
they-
mind. That's
what I'm
wild.
talking about,
That's
man.
And I was
wild.
just like, huh. Came home, the kitchen table was in a different spot, and I'm like,
Dude, that's
they're like, it looks
crazy.
better over here, and I'm like,
This is my house.
and I was just like, wow.
No.
So did you keep it there or move it back?
No, I just I was like, it ain't worth the fight, but I was just like, that is interesting. I was like, I would have liked my opinion. And they're like, yeah, we thought it flowed better this way.
Yeah, it probably wasn't even about where the table actually was.
That was a big one, man. That was
Like it was probably.
I still think about that one.
I'll think about that one for you later today and be like, holy crap. Because it's probably not about actually where the table is. It's about the fact they moved his table
Yeah.
without asking.
Man,
Him.
that's pretty
That was a little
crazy.
weird.
Do you ever feel like they influence your wife? Like they're like, hey, that they go to her and be like, yeah, you should, how about, and then she makes decisions based on their recommendations?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if they do that. That's a good. I mean,
You may not know.
Yeah, I may not know, or she may run something by them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and then they have. But I really don't know.
Like, do they use each other to beat you? 'Cause
Maybe.
Maybe your wife has things. She's like, I just can't get them. And your parents like give her the push. Or they're like, hey, we've been thinking about this. And they tell your wife, and your wife's the one that says, hey, this is my idea, and doesn't put it on the parents, but it's their idea really.
Maybe. I mean, but we don't really do. I mean, there's not really big things that we have to influence over because there's not really much
That
going
table,
on.
man, that's going to fire me up today. There's no
Moving the
reason
table.
for it to, but if I were to come home and the table were completely moved by somebody who was staying at my house that just said, hey, I think it would look better there. I think we're going to cut your time short here while we're thinking.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
Gosh, my in-laws were with us for almost 3 months one time, and it was totally.
They dug a new pool in their backyard.
But they were there to help us, so it was when
Yeah,
we
that's
really
cool.
needed them, and it was very helpful. But also, they didn't do anything like y'all are describing, so it didn't. Not only were they helpful, but it wasn't annoying things.
Yeah, but they're also helpful. I mean, they're also
Sure,
helpful.
they're very helpful.
Yeah,
Look at
they'll
these
cook.
two. Yeah, jump on in,
they're
guys.
helpful, man.
Yeah.
No, they'll cook. Like they'll
That's
cook some
cool.
dinner.
Will they
and-
ever go buy groceries
Yeah,
with their own money?
mine would.
Yeah.
they'll
Oh, mine.
go-
They
yeah.
would go to Costco and come back and be like, "Hey, we got all
Okay,
this stuff."
now we're talking. Move
Yes.
the table every day.
Yes.
Hey, if you want to buy groceries, every day you buy groceries, you get one table move.
They'll go buy groceries, or if we order dinner out, they'll pay for it.
That's good.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. See, there's positives.
I'm probably at 8, which is pretty high usually for me because I never like to get in my rhythm. I never like to feel like my forward momentum of whatever I have happening or what we're doing is slowed. It's an 8.
8's high though.
8's high, very high for me. Probably the highest it's ever been as far as needing the break. I was talking about this with a couple friends yesterday, including Eddie, and it's like what I'm looking forward to the absolute most is just sleeping. I feel like I've struggled more with sleep this year than any year ever. It's just sleeping. It doesn't matter where I am. Just gonna sleep. I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself. We're doing. I love Caitlin's parents and that whole family. It's awesome. And one day maybe I won't, as I'm told by certain people.
You'll still love
I am
them.
told by different because eventually I should get annoyed with them, so I'm told. But I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm going to sleep even when we're all together. When I get up, I'll go be part of it.
Do you ever worry about being the last one up?
No, I always am. I don't worry about that anymore. I did it first.
Yeah.
I don't care. I wear cutoff shirts around. I'd rather be in my underwear,
That's
like
awesome.
hanging out. But I am just going to sleep. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Doesn't matter where I am. I'm not going to feel the pressure of, hey, we're opening presents. I'll see you on the 26th. What's up?
Well, you should be a part
No,
of
I know. I was
Yes.
kidding. I was kidding on
He'll
that
be-
part.
yeah, he'll be
I was
there.
kidding on that part. I'm sleeping.
That's gonna be
That's all I'm
good.
doing. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought what was funny though is when you were complaining about just
Hanging out.
everyone just hangs
Sitting there.
out.
Just sitting there. It's the wildest thing. Everybody just likes to. Everybody, well, let's spend time together. Great, but it's like spend time doing. We're not doing anything.
You just sit on the couch.
Yeah, there's a
watch
lot of
TV.
lollygagging.
Just sitting around. That to me, it's uncomfortable because I've never done it like that before. So, okay, Ray, let's take a little mid roll here. We'll shut her down for a second, everybody, and we'll come back with more of the podcast in just a few minutes.